The legacy of Saint Abraham Kidunaia lives on as an inspiration to all those who seek to live a life of spiritual fulfillment and enlightenment. His story is a testament to the power of faith, prayer, and self-denial, and a reminder that the pursuit of material possessions can never truly satisfy the human soul. Abraham was born to a wealthy family during the 3rd century. After receiving an excellent education, he was encouraged to get married by his parents. He followed the wishes of his parents, but after the wedding ceremony, he told his bride his desire to remain a virgin and dedicate his life to God. His bride accepted this resolution, and Abraham left the house. He escaped to a hermitage near Edessa, a city near Mesopotamia. His family searched for him for 17 days and were still more astonished when they found him. "Why are you surprised?" he asked them. "Admire instead the favor God has granted me, the grace to bear the yoke of his service, which he has wanted to impose on me without regard to my unworthiness." He walled up his cell door, leaving only a small window open for the food which would be brought to him from that time on. Abraham lived there for many years, devoting himself to prayer, meditation, and manual labor. In the meantime, his parents died, and their wealth was inherited by him. He immediately asked his friend to give away all the wealth to the poor and needy. Abraham wept during his prayers. He was possessed of no other earthly goods but a cloak and a piece of sackcloth which he wore, and a little vessel out of which he both ate and drank. For 50 years he was never wearied with his austere penance and holy exercises, and seemed to draw fresh vigor from them every day. Through actions like this and his deep prayer life, Abraham became known throughout the region as a holy man, and many came to him for guidance. All who came to him were comforted by his discourses. His reputation even came to the ears of the bishop, who was in a dilemma during the time. A large town in his diocese of Edessa was still addicted to idolatry. They stoned and beat all the holy monks who attempted to preach the gospel to them. Abraham agreed to be ordained a priest, though much against his will. He was then sent to preach the gospel to the people of the diocese. The citizens were determined not to hear him speak. Nevertheless, he continued to pray and weep among them without intermission. He was beaten, ill-treated, and chased away from the town more than 3 times. But he always managed to return with the same energy and zeal as he did the first time. After 3 years, the people were overcome by his meekness and patience, and being touched by an extraordinary grace, all demanded baptism. He stayed 1 year longer with them to instruct them in the faith, and on their being supplied with priests and other ministers, he went back to his cell. Once the conversions were complete, Abraham returned to his hermitage to continue his life of solitary prayer. One day, Abraham's brother died, and he left his only daughter to the saint's care. She was named Mary. He placed her in a cell near his own and devoted himself to training her in perfection. The girl became a beautiful young lady. One day, she was seduced by a cunning man and followed him to the city. There, she spent all the money she had inherited from her father and became a prostitute. For 2 years, the saint prayed earnestly for her. Her uncle did not know what had happened to her. Then, Abraham went in disguise as a soldier, left the house to seek the lost sheep. She repented and followed him back to the desert, where she remained until her death, 5 years after that of her uncle. Mary soon turned into a holy woman. We will learn more about her life in the next episode. She received the gift of miracles, and her countenance after death shone as the sun. Saint Abraham died 5 years before her, in about 370, at the age of 73. As news of his death spread, throngs of people from the countryside flocked to his cave to receive his blessing. His legacy lives on, however, as an inspiration to all those who seek to live a life of spiritual fulfillment and enlightenment. His story is a testament to the power of faith, prayer, and self-denial, and a reminder that the pursuit of material possessions can never truly satisfy the human soul.